Hello Internet! In today's video you're going to be able to see the procedures that were used at the Hasson and Wong clinic in Vancouver, Canada, BC. And this video is special because I was able to film some of the stuff that goes down, I guess behind the scenes you could call it. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity that was given to me. So you will be able to see stuff ranging from the tools, the staff themselves, as well as the techniques used by the surgeon and the nurses. I have to give you a quick warning. In this video there are some clips that involve the sight of some blood in the scalp area region. So if you are sensitive to blood, then perhaps skip ahead some of this part of this video. It's mainly a segment, it's not the whole thing, but yeah, so some blood will be shown on video, but that is to be expected because you get to see the methods used during hair transplantation surgery. So all that being said, hope you enjoy the video. So this is how an operation goes. Some of the girls here are more acquainted to being around videos, some of them aren't, so I'm gonna make my best to show what I can and not show what I can't. I have one of the nurses with me here. She is part of the team.
Hi.
Today for the operation.
I'm Jen.
Jen, say hi to the internet.
Hi,
and
Internet.
we have Najd.
Najd.
Nice to meet you, Najd.
Nice to meet you too.
Najd?
Najd.
I'm not pronouncing it properly. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry. So this is just going to be a quick tour of the actual clinic right here. When you're in the room, this is what the things look like. I'm going to flip the camera just to have a better view of it. Like this. The things you see in here, the little transparent scoops, are going to be for the individual grafts when the girls dissect them and set them up, and then they have all of this equipment to see the grafts themselves, and then you get a nice view and some of the equipment. And I'm going to lay here on the table with my face down for a couple of minutes, and then yeah, should be a good time. Dr. Wong's going to do the pre-op soon, do the evaluation, see what he will work on, and see you later, I guess. So this is what don't worry, I'm not gonna put your face in. Some of the nurses don't want to be on the internet, but this is what the process looks like. Doctor draws his line, decides what the work is gonna look like, and the nurses are getting ready their equipment. Next up, Dr. Wong is going to work his magic. So what you saw back there was just Dr. Wong drawing the outline as to the recipient area where he wanted to put some more grafts in. What he asked me if I liked the design, and then after that was done, he went ahead and I gave him the go to just shave my head because it makes it easier for the doctor and the nurses to work with the area. Not only the scar line, but also for the recipient area, so that it's all clear of hair and that there's nothing in their way. Well, update guys, lunch break is over and I just wanted to share the view. So right now Dr. Wong had to shave my head. This is going to be his plan to reinforce the hairline, push the temples a little bit forward by about 4 millimeters, he said, so that it stays future-proof in terms of harvesting and all that. I will show you the tally of how much hair has been harvested, but in the meantime, take a look at this view. Currently, I'm on the balcony of the clinic, and you can see the whole of Vancouver in its glory. That is the mountains of Whistler right there, and the city itself. So yeah, check in later. So Jen is gonna show me the individual grafts into the tools that they use individually for every single graft.
Okay. The one of the hardest area to get the flow and the angle and direction correct is in the frontal temple angle, this spot right here, because here the hair changes direction from a downward inferior direction, and as you fan around to a more forward direction. In addition to the direction change, there's also an angle change. The hair on the temple area lies a lot flatter, and the hair on the frontal hairline it's not quite as acutely angled. So what we do is, as we're making the slits here, the blades held at a very acute angle, and as we swing toward the front, if you notice that the handle lifts up slightly to create a hair that's sort of less flat. So really flat. Okay, transition and to direction. Again, inferior direction, and it's a gradual change, shift in direction. These are grafted from the previous surgery, and what we did today is we moved the frontal temple angle a little more forward, so it's not quite as sharp, because after the second surgery, the hairline and temple is going to be much thicker, and we can blunt the angle a little bit in the corner, and that should be fine. Once again, watch the handle. Watch the direction of the handle as it changes through this critical transition zone. And when we're making the slits for the new hair, we have to be sure we're not damaging the existing hair. So if you look at the blade, as we go through the area where there is existing hair, we go in between the previous grafts. And once again, for the temples, the blade is held quite flat. Okay. This blade side is for double graft. So I left some spacing for the singles to go on the anterior border. Here the direction changes fairly there's a subtle change in direction. It goes from a sort of an anterior direction, and then swings right about here, and then it goes more inferior. So we're gonna swing the hair in the direction of the existing hair. The blade is kept really flat, and these are called coronal or lateral. In between a lateral coronal incision is with a lateral slit technique that I first described in '76. If you look at the blade is held flat to the skin. So when the blade's cutting into the skin, the size of the cut is consistent. Is exactly the same as the length of the blade. Whereas with a sagittal incision, the blade is held not flat but perpendicular or upright, and you can see that if you hold the blades at an angle and you make a cut, you're gonna make a fairly long cut into the skin surface. And that's not something that you want to do. So when you do things like eyebrows or the temples, you pretty much have to use the lateral slit technique. One of the most difficult thing about both temples is the density. You can't make it too thick, because if you make it too thick, then if the front is thicker than the back, then it doesn't look so good. So
Does not look natural.
no, so we didn't make it very thick. In fact, we didn't make it thick enough. So this time around, we're gonna add more hair, so to more closer match the density behind here.
So the girls are putting the grafts one at a time. As you can see, I'm conscious and feeling fine. I don't feel a thing. And the grafts are getting loaded into the spring-loaded tool one at a time, whilst I'm getting grafts implanted one at a time by the incisions made earlier. And meanwhile, someone is working hard dissecting the rest of the hair from the scalp. So far so good, more than halfway done. Like I mentioned earlier, these little plastic cups that you see on the pictures right now are the dissected grafts taken from my FUT strip that the nurses that were in the video you saw. Jen was one of the nurses. She was working on the microscope. She had a strip of the hair, and she was dissecting these into the pieces that you see in the individual plastic transparent scoops. So at this point in time, surgery is basically over. We have 1,800 grafts, like it shows right here. And Jen is very proud. She's done great work today.
Okay.
Also, the numbers on this right here indicate that there are some grafts left. So what you see right now is basically final product, but waiting on Dr. Wong to figure out where he would like to place the remainder of the hair, because no hair is ever wasted. And here with Jen, we're gonna go over the aftercare, the post-op package you see right here. There you go. And see you from there. So on the final stretch, I have Angie on my head, working at it. You have Maj and Jen filling up the shooters, the little pens. Say hi, guys.
Hello. Hi.
And Dr. Wong decided to do some final work with the remaining hairs that I showed on the board earlier. And the day is coming to an end. We got, I think, 500 grafts more than expected. So yeah, feeling excited and can't wait for the result. So after this is over with, I'll check in with you again. Well, I made it alive back in one piece at the Airbnb after leaving the clinic, and I realized that I didn't show the scar at the back of the head. And this is what it looks like at the back of my head. All right, so here's the final result. Currently gonna do the post-op care. I've eaten dinner, and what the post-op consists of, because tomorrow I'm getting the hair wash at the clinic. They insist on you showing up there, and even if you stayed here longer than I do, or you live in Vancouver, you could go more than once at the clinic to get your follow-up wash. I don't know how many times they allow you to come, but for me, I know I'm leaving tomorrow, so I have to go to the post-op tomorrow, and then I'm going back home. Anyways, they give you these antibiotics that you take 2 of them in the morning after eating, and 2 of them at night after eating. And then this is just the Tylenol, but pretty much enhanced. So these are painkillers, the white tablets, and you take 1 or 2 every 4 hours, depending on pain levels. So tonight is the first night. I did take 2 to try to help me sleep. Just because the back of the head is already starting to feel sort of, how should I say it, tight. Tight is the right word, but not to worry. I've been through this before, and I think it's kind of a good sign that you feel the back of your head so early. It means that no major nerve was severed and that I should recover full sensation very shortly. But this is what the end result looks like. Dr. Wong mentioned that he was very happy about it. My initial result was already pretty great so far, but this is gonna knock it out of the park, make it just a home run. He said that this touch-up here should finalize the result for quite a long time for me, and that basically I shouldn't think about it anymore. Anymore. For the time being, like I said, until I grow into my 30s, 40s, and finasteride can't keep up with genetics and mother nature. But I will do a little follow through tomorrow with the post-op at the office, and I'm gonna go sleep. So talk to you later.